After a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Cleveland Browns. 2-1 loss team set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Kyler going to give this to Benson. And space tough to come by there as they'll get maybe a yard to the 37. And a penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. A give left side for Benson. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Call it a gain of 4. Leaves him with options here on 2nd and just a yard. You look at this Browns defense. This crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. 2nd from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
And from analyzing them and talking with their defensive coordinator, we know they have a full playbook. So look for them to mix up coverages, pressure one play, fall back the next. They'll do a lot of different things trying to confuse the offense.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On 1st down, it's Benson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
From the gun, Murray. Throw left side complete. That's Harrison. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Throwing now is Murray. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Okay, looking to put a drive together.
Let's go.
On the ground, this is Quinshon Judkins. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
70. Hawk, 70. Hawk, 18. Rattler, 18. Rattler.
Sanders to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. The Browns had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener, and they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
At the 42-yard line.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Ready, go!
An inside run with Jenkins. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
44-yard line. Brings up third down.
They'll try and run here with Jenkins. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
79-yard line. Broncos. Ready.
From the gun, it's Shador. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That catch, by the way, number 505 of his career, and that ties him with a couple of other tight ends for the past, Frank Wycheck and Dallas Clark.
And those guys are excellent players, but how about what we're seeing right now? 505 and rising. What a nice career he's put together.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 38.
19-18.
To throw is Sanders. Man open, here's Jones. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 23 yards on the play. And they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that. I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Play action, it's Sanders. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves.
Touchdown! Crenshaw Jenkins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Murray. That's caught by Harrison right side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Shotgun snap and a give to Benson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's Murray from midfield. Oh, wide open receiver. It's Harrison. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 33. Murray looking to change the play here.
And the Cardinals first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. And here's motion again. And that's going to be 2 in a row. Murray now to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. If you look at this Browns defense, they've been pretty much a mess against the pass, number 31 in the league.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap, because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
That ball caught by Harrison. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 22-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Cardinals first down. A gain of 21 yards.
Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Go.
On the give, it's Benson. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Shotgun now for Murray. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Here we go, Scott. Viking 18. Ready?
On first down, here's Jenkins. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Sanders. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
He's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down.
19, 79 Broncos.
Now Sanders. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
A 52-yard attempt.
Hopkins' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for the Browns.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
50-yard line.
A handoff here to Benson. Will be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursue, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Here's Murray. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete.
Here.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
A gain of 14. And the Cardinals first down.
Murray going to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
They've got 2nd and 12 from the 36. Murray now. He'll get that complete to Harrison. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. But I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes, so they will hold on to the ball. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
Cardinals first down. First and goal, Arizona.
Hey, hold on.
Benson fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
To throw, it's Murray. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. Tip Ryman, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cardinals have cut it back within a score. Well, down in this part of the field, CD, they'd love to get him the football, and right there, a little pitch and catch for the score.
Yeah, and he's such a weapon when it's that close to the end zone, and they love being able to rely on him to make those kind of catches. Talk about trust, talk about confidence, and he produces.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 1. Once again, Jumpkins. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Ready? Ready, line. Dragon 60. Ready.
Here's Sanders. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
To throw now, here's Sanders. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Throwing, Sanders. He'll swing this out to Jumpkins. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
And they'll use him out in the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Cowboy 80. 19 tight. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. Scope.
Sanders going to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Well, the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Here we go.
Jumpkins is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Come back.
Running out of the gun here with Benson. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Short one here, caught by McBride. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So they'll come on 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Goes right back to McBride. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Here's Murray. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. And this one is right through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in this last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Jones breaking from the contact. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the 2nd half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Come on.
They'll stay on the ground with Jenkins. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Here we go. Start. 70 Timberwolves. 18 Pioneers.
From the gun, it's Sanders. This one is complete to Jenkins. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Able to push his way through. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And it hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Short one here, caught by McBride. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11. The 33-yard line.
A give up the middle with Benson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A nice little gain. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Now Murray. That's to the left side, taken in by Harrison. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Well, they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Murray. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A give up the middle, Jenkins. Oh, look at the juke. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Great shot, Jenkins. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So the turnover sets it up, and then a touchdown run here on the ensuing play.
And, Brandon, a lot of times you see teams take shots in the passing game on a quick change like this. They go right back and throw one for the end zone. Here they just called a running play looking to get a few yards. But he's able to work his way downfield and take it into the end zone. The end result, the exact same thing as going for it in the passing game.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Benson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence the big plays are out there.
On the handoff, Benson running right. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Browns' 42-yard line.
And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. To throw is Murray. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On 3rd down, here's Benson. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
This is 2nd and 8.
Play action. It's Sanders. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they work this right upfield across the 45. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion.
That's another beautiful throw right there. It gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And he picked up another first down there.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
First down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
A toss to Judkins, running right.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Crenshaw Judkins, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Hopkins with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter.
Hopkins to kick off for the Browns.
Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. Turn up past the 30. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw again on second down. Murray.
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
So a fourth quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner. And I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Justin Hopkins to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
With the ball on the 30, here's 2nd and 4.
Operating from the gun, Murray. And that is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Kyler going to give this to Benson.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
Okay, ready?
The Browns drive about to get started.
But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Buda Baker with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for a Cardinals first down.
Out of the gun, here's Murray.
A short one here, caught by McBride.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 12 yards the pickup, good enough for an Arizona first.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding, probably his agent, as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, snapped at the 11.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Operating from the gun, Murray. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's McBride. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. They'll try to run for it with Benson. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal.
Who you got?
They'll run with Benson. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Back to throw. Murray sets up the screen to Robinson. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. They'll run for it with Robinson. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Browns are able to come up with a goal line stand. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Let's go now.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's complete to Mitchell. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And that catch number 100 for his young career. And remember, only in his second season. The future bright.
Ready.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Ready. Hawk 70. 19 tight. Let's go.
Sanders to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
They only get 5 out of that quick slant, but that's good enough for a first. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball.
And he's got some space here. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10.
Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Oh, he dropped him. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Hey.
Murray now to throw. Then he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. It just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Two.
Now Murray's got to have this one. He'll try to do it himself. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
On the goal, now.
First down.
First and 10 at the
43-yard line.
Warriors 70. 79 Broncos.
Off the play fake. Here's Sanders. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. This was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear.